You keep telling yourself this should have stopped by now, that you should be able to turn it off, like a switch. But it doesn't work that way. And the fact that it doesn't quietly scares you, because if you can't stop thinking, then what does that say about you? About your control, about your mind. You lie there at night, eyes closed, body tired, brain wide awake. And the strangest part is how familiar it feels. Like this state has a shape, a weight, a texture you recognize instantly. You're not thinking one thing. You're thinking everything around one thing. Every angle, every possible reaction, every version of how it could have gone wrong. And somewhere in the middle of it, you notice something uncomfortable. You're not even sure what you're trying to solve anymore. You just know you can't stop. You replay a conversation from earlier. Not the whole thing, just that one moment, that one sentence, the tone you used, the pause that felt a second too long. You imagine how it landed, how it sounded in their head. You imagine their expression afterward, what they might be thinking now, and your mind fills in the gaps, always with the worst version first. You tell yourself you're just being careful, just being aware, just trying to understand. But it doesn't feel like understanding. It feels like circling, like pacing the same small room, hoping a door will appear if you walk long enough. Sometimes you catch yourself holding your breath, like your body knows something is wrong before you admit it. You try to distract yourself, your phone, a video, a song, but the thoughts slip through anyway, quieter now, but still there, waiting, and that's when it hits you. This isn't loud panic, it's quieter than that, heavier. It's the feeling that if you stop thinking, something bad will slip past you, like your thoughts are standing guard, keeping watch over every possible future. Because what if you miss something important? What if you relax for a second, and that's when everything falls apart? So your mind stays alert, even when you don't ask it to. Especially then, you don't just think about the future, you pre-feel it. You emotionally rehearse outcomes that haven't happened. You feel regret before mistakes are even made. You feel loss before anything is gone. It's exhausting, but it feels safer than not doing it. And that's the trap, because part of you believes this thinking is protection, preparation, a kind of quiet responsibility. You don't want to be careless. You don't want to be caught off guard. So you keep scanning, keep analyzing, keep revisiting, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. There are moments when you suddenly become aware that you've been inside your head for hours. Your body feels distant. Your surroundings slightly unreal, like you've been living in a mental version of your life instead of the real one. And there's guilt there too, because you tell yourself you should be present, you should enjoy things more, you should be grateful. But your mind doesn't listen to should, it listens to tension, to unfinished feelings, to unanswered questions, questions that don't have clear answers. That's another part no one really talks about. Most of what keeps looping can't actually be resolved. You're trying to get certainty from situations built on uncertainty. You want to know how someone feels without asking. You want to know how things will turn out before they do. You want reassurance that doesn't expire. So your mind keeps working, even when there's nothing left to calculate. And when you finally notice the loop, there's frustration. Sometimes even anger at yourself. Why am I like this? Why can't I just stop? That thought becomes another loop. You analyze the fact that you're analyzing. You worry about worrying. And now it's not just the original thought. It's the fear that something is wrong with you. That this means something deeper, something permanent. You wonder what it would feel like to have a quiet mind. You imagine people who fall asleep easily, who don't replay everything, who don't carry conversations for days. And you feel strangely separate from them, like you're living life one layer deeper. Everything goes through filters first. Emotion, meaning, implication. Nothing just passes through. Even happy moments don't land cleanly. There's always a shadow of awareness. This won't last. Don't mess this up. Remember this feeling in case it disappears. And just like that, the moment fractures. You're inside it and outside it at the same time, watching yourself experience it. That split is tiring. You don't feel broken. You feel worn down, like your mind never fully powers off, just switches to a dimmer mode. Even rest feels active. Even silence is loud. At night, your thoughts change texture. They get slower, heavier, more emotional. You think about people from the past, things you didn't say, things you said too much. You imagine alternate versions of your life. Small choices taken differently. Moments where everything could have shifted, and there's a quiet grief in that, not dramatic, just constant. A low hum of wondering who you could have been if your mind didn't always pull you back. You're not stuck in the past because you like it there. You're there because part of you is still trying to fix something, or understand it enough that it won't hurt anymore. But understanding doesn't always bring relief. Sometimes it just adds detail, more nuance, more layers, more places to get lost. And the hardest part is how invisible this all is. From the outside, you seem calm, functional. You show up, you respond, you do what you need to do. No one sees the conversations happening in your head. The constant checking, the emotional forecasting. No one hears the way you talk to yourself when no one else is around. So you carry it quietly. And when someone tells you to relax, or stop thinking so much it lands wrong, because they don't see how automatic it is, how uninvited. You didn't choose this. It just happens. And maybe that's the most unsettling part, the lack of control. You can control your actions, your words, your expressions, but your thoughts show up whenever they want. They knock at the door of your attention at the worst possible times, right when you're trying to rest, right when you finally feel okay. So you start bracing yourself, always slightly tense, always prepared for the next wave. Even in calm moments, you're waiting for the drop, like calm is temporary, suspicious, something to be examined. And still there's a reason your mind does this, not a flaw, not a weakness, a pattern that formed for a reason, a way of trying to keep you safe in a world that didn't always feel predictable. Your thoughts learn to stay awake so you wouldn't be surprised again. They learn to replay so nothing would be missed. They learn to imagine outcomes so pain wouldn't catch you unprepared. It makes sense, even if it hurts. And maybe that's the quiet realization that changes the way this feels. Not that you need to fix your mind, not that you need to silence it, but that it's been working very hard for a very long time. Too hard, carrying more than it should. You're not failing at stopping the thoughts. The thoughts are doing what they learn to do. And tonight, just noticing that might be enough, not to solve anything, not to make it disappear, just to soften the fight, to let the thoughts exist without chasing them down every hallway, to rest for a moment inside the understanding that nothing is wrong with you, that this doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've been paying attention for a long time. And maybe, just maybe, you don't have to hold everything this tightly right now. You can let the room be quiet without checking every corner just for this moment, that's all.